Much for watching the replay, or if you're live right now, I want to say welcome. I need a little relief pitcher, if you will. I'll explain in a minute, but let me go say hello to everyone that is here and that is joining me. I'm downstairs in my rec room right now, figuring I had a few minutes. And the reason, hey, Jason from Hawaii, the reason why I decided to jump on here real quick is because, well, I wanted to talk about something about reviews tonight, because something, hey, Dave, yeah, go ahead and quickly give me your name and give me where you're from. I'll give you a little shout out. Seems like we got a bunch of you jumping in right now. The hearts are flying. Thank you so much. You might be able to tell in my voice, maybe not. Anna from New York. Hey, Anna. Feeling Angel from Tampa. Hey Scott, it's Stefan. Hey, what's going on? Rob from Charlotte. Hey Rob, I'm home. Rob. Malcolm from Vancouver. Hey, what's up? Greg from Florida. Sophia from Greece. Luis from Dallas. Hi Scott. Ellie and Charlotte. Hey Ellie. Yeah, I'm actually home, and I'm actually feeling a little under the weather. I got to be honest with you. Jamin from Charlotte. Hey Jamin. Glad you made it. Yeah, I made it back safe. They're saying we can't manipulate rankings or whatever, you giveaway and stuff. Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a minute. Hey, this is Diego from the Equator. Hey, what's up? Feeling a little bit under the weather, just a little bit. Had a scratchy throat when I left South Carolina, and now I get home, and it's kind of left my throat, but now it's kind of in my head a little bit. So I might sound a little stuffy, so I apologize. And it kind of stinks about that is because you guys probably came here because of my podcast. If you haven't, welcome. My name is Scott Volker, and I have a podcast called The Amazing Seller Podcast, which has been downloaded over 1 million times now. Some of you that don't know that have been, and or know that now. And if you were part of that, thank you so much. Yeah, what I wanted to do though is I wanted to do this scope real quick, because I know a lot of you. I wrote a little thing here that I was going to put in the front image. I don't know if you can read that. Important Amazon reviews, because it's a topic that right now is kind of blowing up, and I wanted to kind of talk about it. This afternoon I did it was basically a private class hangout. Your podcast rocks, actually doing research. Cool. Sorry to interrupt you. Yeah, so I wanted to just talk a little bit about this. I did a call today. It kind of reminded me to talk about it because there was a big discussion inside of our private label classroom. We have a hangout that we do every other week, and today we were discussing this, and a lot of people are getting upset with this whole, review thing. Like Amazon is going to, basically take away anyone that's doing any types of promotions and all of this stuff. And they're saying that they're seeing it in the terms of service, which, you might be seeing it in the terms of service. But I got to be honest with you, with everyone. And if you're part of that discussion on any of these Facebook groups, this is my thoughts on it. Okay. I don't really think that it's going to make that big of a difference. Now, for those of you that are listening to are in a very competitive market, that are doing a ton of promotions, that are doing a ton of giveaways, yes, it may affect you. You may get a notification from Amazon, but that's not my strategy. And I'll discuss what my strategy is here in a minute, and kind of how I go about it and how I teach people to go about it. And then I don't think it's going to matter in as far as what we do. Before we do get started though, I did want to welcome everyone that decided to join me here on this Sunday night, and welcome back to another scope. The other night I did a scope, and I was such in a hurry. I was at the airport, actually, last night at the airport. And I usually try to do my headline type thing where I try to get it all set up beforehand. I copy it and then I paste it in. And then I hit start broadcast. I hit start broadcast before I hit that, so it said untitled. So that scope didn't even have a title to it. But the title was supposed to be more or less about getting started And once you get started, don't stop, because the momentum can really carry you throughout this entire journey. And if you missed that one, you can go back and check that one out. It is in a replay. And I also do broadcast the replays, most of them anyway, that I believe are valuable. I'll post them on my YouTube channel. And I'll probably end up having a special page for that. But those of you that are brand new, thank you so much. Those of you that are coming back, thank you so much. And remember, to help me out here, you can keep giving me hearts like you guys are doing right now. These hearts are awesome. They're colorful. They're showing me that you love what I'm doing here. In a sense, I guess that's what the hearts do. They tell Periscope that you love it too. And then also, if you could share this, if you can just swipe on your screen and then go ahead and click share on Twitter or with your followers. And then also you can just hit the little buddy down there, that little icon, and you can click on that. If you're on the Android, you can swipe up and do the same thing. But by doing that, it does help me get out there and help the podcast get out there and help me reach more people, because that's really what I want to do here. And if you're just joining me, go ahead and just pop your name in and where you're from down there, and I'll try to give you a little shout out. If you guys do have any questions, I will answer these. I'm going to try to keep this brief, but I'm just going to kind of discuss what is being discussed right now on this topic, because I see people getting all bent out of shape about it and getting all nervous and everything. And the only people that I feel should be nervous are the ones that are deliberately trying to manipulate the system. My question is, you know what, let's do this. Let me ask you a question. If you're starting a brand new product, are you thinking that you're going to do a blast of some kind to get reviews right off the bat? And then are you thinking after that you're going to do that like once a week, once a month? How often are you doing that? If you're already selling a product right now, okay, I see a yes. Does that yes mean that you feel like you're going to have to continually do these review blasts? Is that what I'm hearing from you guys, or is that what you're hearing that people are saying that they're going to have to do? Because I'm a little confused by that whole thing, and I'll tell you why in a minute. I got to switch hands here too for a minute. My other hand's getting tired. I didn't bring the other the little tripod thing, and I'll probably switch hands again. Just in the beginning, yes, okay, that is correct, and that's what I believe that anyone should do. Because here's how it works in my mind. Okay, you go after a product that you feel is yes, in the beginning, Nathan. In the beginning, you want a base of reviews, okay? So in the beginning, it does not really matter, but you do want to try to get them, especially now, because what Amazon is saying is that, and they've said this all along, where if you give away a product for free or for a discount, they want you to basically disclose that or have the reviewer disclose that. I received this product at a discount for my unbiased review, period. I think a blast in the beginning is like a kickstart to launching a product. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I believe that wholeheartedly. Okay. So here's how I look at it. Okay. We talked about this in depth today, but I'm going to kind of summarize. If you basically start off and you blast your product, let's say you're going to give away 100 units. I wouldn't personally give away 100 units like that. I wouldn't do that. I know that that's been advised over time, and I've done that, but I would not advise doing that right now in the stage of the game. What I would say is drip them over time. So basically give out 20, give out 20, give out 20, and so on. There's no way to give an unbiased review when you receive a product for free. I don't know if I agree with that. You can get the product for free for your unbiased review, meaning that if I give you, yes, just in the beginning, then organic. Right. If I give you a product, I go, hey, Joe, go ahead. Can you take this product home and try it? Yeah, okay, we're all agreeing on that. Can you take this product home and try it? And if you do, try it out, which you have to try it in order to give me an unbiased review, could you head over to my Amazon page and I'll give you the link. Can you go over there and can you just leave a review, whether it's good or bad? And then when you do that, can you just leave that you left that because I gave you the product for free or for a discount, and just say that you wrote them, or that you're writing this as an unbiased review? Could you do that for me, Joe? Like, anyone can do that. They're not saying you can't do that. If you look at your terms of service, it does not say anything in there that you can't do that. The thing that they're saying is you cannot do it to where you're saying that you can't say, or you can only give me a 5-star. You can only give me a positive review. Don't leave me a negative review, right? And even if I give it to you for free, you can still do that. I can give you a coupon code for totally free. And I have gotten a 1-star review once from a promotion product, so people are mostly honest. Yeah, exactly. And you know what? Some of those aren't a bad thing in my estimation because it shows that it's an organic set of reviews. If you're only going to get 5-star reviews, it's going to look like it was kind of like, purchased or bought reviews, So this is the way that I look at it. The only reason and I've got a guy right now in my class, name's Bill, and he basically did this exact same thing. He blasted 250 units. He spread them out, 3 different review groups, and he did that over a matter of a couple weeks. And then from there, the reviews started coming in. He got a couple of 3s, but he got a lot of 5s and everything, right? And now he's up to selling like 25 units a day. And now he's not thinking about doing another review blast right now. He's not looking to do any more promotions other than pay-per-click. That's all he's looking to do. And that's what I said. The hard work is done when you've done that in the beginning. And the base reviews are just there for social proof. So when you start to run Amazon pay-per-click, you're going to have, let's say 100, I'm so out of picture here. If you get 100 reviews, I'm giving away garlic presses for reviews. Okay. So I mean, basically, if you have that review count, it's going to help you convert. And that's all the review is there for. So if you then start converting organically, meaning that you're just getting sales and people are leaving reviews and you've got a good review system in place, then they're going to basically stack on top of any reviews that you use the service for. Even if they don't say it's an unbiased review, you can't help that if they don't disclose that. And the only thing that, in my belief, that would happen is that would get removed. Now, if you keep doing this over and over again, to me, you are basically going down that road of like just soliciting reviews. That's all that you're kind of doing. In the beginning, I say it's just for the beginning, getting the ball rolling. Or yesterday, as I said, getting started. Once you get started, then it's a matter of maintaining. It's a matter of tweaking, testing, adding new things. Here's something that I like to do for getting reviews, and I get them organically because one way to do this is to just spike your sales, right? Well, how can you spike sales without actually giving away product? You can give it away at a really, really low price. So how would you do that? You would go and lower your price. And then let's say that you're normally charging $19.99, charge $11.99. So you're going to make less money on that. But most people that are going to see that now are going to probably buy that were looking at your competitor that might be selling it for $15.99. Now, I'm not saying keep that price there. I'm saying do it there as a promotion. So do it for 1 day or 2 days, right? And then what this is going to do is it's going to organically get sales. And then if you have review systems in place and feedback systems in place, meaning an automated sequence to get people to kind of like, use your product and then remind them to leave a unbiased review, or basically, hey, if you have any problems, let me know so you can correct them. That's a way for you to follow up with them and to kind of like, nudge them along. So this way here, you could possibly get a review, but these are totally organic because they're buying it through the same channel as they would if you were charging $19.99. If your family pays full price, will they strip out the review? Great question. The only way that you're really going to know that is if you've ever done any shipping between the two of you. So let's say, for example, myself, Scott, I buy my father a golf club and I have it shipped to my father. Well, now Amazon immediately knows that him and I are connected together. So if my father buys one of my products and then tries to leave me a review, Amazon is going to know that and they're not going to allow that review. But if you've never, ever went back and forth with a family member, you probably could do that. Okay. So that's just one thing that I know that they're not keen on. And they know this because it's that you've just left a trace, right? You've just left a track record. Yeah, no problem, Julie. So that's my belief. Everyone is getting all jammed up. I'm getting jammed up right now. I'm getting excited because it drives me crazy that so many people stress on this. Oh no, we're not going to be able to use review services anymore. We're not going to be able to go out and blast out 150 units whenever we want and get, 75 reviews. I don't think you need to do that. Okay. That's what I'm telling you. I think that yes, in the beginning, give out some product, get the review process started, turn on pay-per-click, and start selling your product. And if you want to, lower the price, make it very, very attractive for a day or 2 or 3, And then it's the same thing as if you were going to give away them as a promo. The only difference is the people that are in these promo groups, some of them now are your competitors. And what are your competitors going to do if they buy your product? Let me think. They're going to write a really silly review. And then it's going to make you look bad. So a lot of these review groups that you belong to or that you're on their list or you're using, there's a lot of your competition on there too, waiting to see if your product shows up. And then they're going to go ahead and they're going to start doing these negative reviews. I'm not a huge fan of using these services unless you've, tried them before and just at a very, very small level. I would not take that as part of my every day, every week strategy. So I totally believe that you should use it as just a kind of a kick-starting process and then move it along. Or down the road, if you wanted to just give yourself a boost a little bit, maybe do it at that point. But I would try all of the other things first before I would do another blast, right? So the thing is here, I guess I want to get my point across is if you're doing things that you feel aren't right, then you're probably going to pay the price for that, right? And I don't know what that price is going to be. That price could be Amazon contacting you and saying, hey, stop doing that, slap on the wrist. Or it could be, we're going to suppress your listing. You need to kind of give us proof that you didn't do this, that, and the other thing. And that could be 2-3 weeks before we can get that fixed. Or they might just say, we're going to just basically make it so you can't sell on Amazon. But if you do everything like I'm outlining here, and then I'm saying if you do things on the up and up, and if you have any questions, then I would contact seller support. If you think there's anything that you could possibly get in trouble for, then I would contact them. And I would contact more than one because you'll get 3 different answers from 3 different people. So as long as you're doing things on the up and up, which I think you should be, then I think you should be fine. And everyone else that's not doing it, you might be like, look at my competitor though. They're getting like 50 reviews a week. Trust me when I say this, that it will catch up to those that are trying to manipulate the system. They may be gaining today, but they'll definitely be paying the price later. Perfect example, and I say this all the time, Google has a search engine. They have people that have been trying to manipulate the search rankings for years. People have been buying these backlinks to try to increase their ranking. It's worked, and then all of a sudden they do an update, and all of a sudden, boom, that business is gone, and everyone else that was doing things right just moved up a little bit. So my takeaway here for you would be eventually you will rise to the top or towards the top as long as you continually do things that you feel are right. And I'm here to tell you that I wouldn't pay attention to any of that other stuff other than doing everything you can as close as you can and that you think are are basically on the up and up. Back to the research for me. Thanks so much, Scott. You're awesome. No problem. Get back to work with that research too, by the way. So yeah, is there any questions on this before we wrap this little scope up? The hearts have been coming in steady too, but by the way, guys, they just stopped as I said that. Come on, keep the hearts going if you like this stuff. If you guys have any questions, I'll be more than happy to give you a few minutes here. We can answer them. Hearts are looking great. Remember, you guys can always share this by swiping on the screen and pressing the little Twitter share button or share with your followers.
It's 11
I have a
o'clock.
pay-per-click question. Let's have it. Let me switch hands. Pay-per-click question. Let's see. What are some reasons why after 1 week I have 0 impressions and clicks? Okay, well, there could be a couple different things. The first thing that I would probably look at, first thing I would ask is, maybe we can do this right now. Have you had impressions before? And then did it all of a sudden just stop? So that would be my first question. Because sometimes it's relevancy. And if you haven't changed anything in your listing, then you have to look at and see how much you're bidding and seeing if it's a bidding problem. So I would definitely want to look at that. No impressions before. Okay, that's easier. That's easier then. So that just it's brand new products. Okay, then what that's telling me is there's 2 different things that you can look at. The first thing is you can look at, are you spending enough? So what I would do, and I just talked about this today. It's so funny that you're asking this. I just talked about this today on our private hangout. Where you basically, let's say that do you have a bunch of keywords in there or just one keyword? Because some people just go after one keyword and see if that's going to work. But the one thing that you could do, let's say you're going after one keyword, you could put that one keyword in a campaign and put a $5 budget on it for the day and then put a $5 cost per click on it. Average 10 keywords. Okay. So here's what I would probably do in that case. And let me just go back to why I said to do that. So if you have an ad budget of $5 for the day for this one campaign, and then you're willing to bid up to $5 on that campaign, you're probably going to be the highest bidder. And then it's going to show you if you get any impressions. And if you get an impression for $5, it kills the campaign, right? The campaign's out of budget. This way here, all you're trying to do is see if your listing will actually show up for that keyword by you bidding as much as you possibly can without having your budget go to $50, right? So you got to cap that. So that's one way of doing it. If you have 10 keywords in a campaign, I would do something similar. I would probably then, but I would do it at more of a slower pace, where I would then bid maybe, let's say, $10 for the day, and then I would put maybe $1.50 per click. And then I would see how many impressions I got then. If I still wasn't getting any impressions, I'd increase it to $1.75. Wait another day. If I wasn't getting any impressions then, I would raise it to $2. And I would keep doing that until I started seeing impressions. If I did that, and I got it all the way up to like $5 a click, and I couldn't get any impressions, then I would say I have a relevancy issue. I have found if the first word of the keyword is capitalized, doesn't get any impressions. That is strange. So maybe don't capitalize the keyword. Anyone else find this? I have not heard of that, but just remember that your keywords, your main spots for your keywords that you're going to want, the main ones that you want to get ranked for, are going to be in the title, and then they're going to be on the back end of your listing. So in the back end where it says search terms or search keywords, whichever it says, those are the most important places for you to get relevancy. After that, yeah, cool, no problem. After that, then you want to start looking at bullet points and descriptions and stuff. Even though people say, well, it doesn't really matter, that stuff doesn't really play a role. I don't believe that. I think it all plays a role, because if it doesn't have relevancy in those two spots, it's going to go to another spot. So that's what I would test out. Whenever I'm testing a campaign for pay-per-click, I'm always trying to use that bidding type thing to see about impressions and clicks. I heard that if you have people search for your page and click on your product, it helps search rank. Well, yes and no. If you have here's another way that people have done these reviews, and it really works well because it's organic. So here's how it would look. Let's say, for example, you had someone that you were going to give a coupon code for, and you said, here's the link, and you gave them a link, a straight link to Amazon, and you said, once you go there, search for garlic press. Once you go to garlic press, I want you to basically scroll through the pages until you find my listing. My listing is under Home Kitchens Express. And then once you find that listing, click on it and then purchase through there, use the coupon code. And now what you basically did is you looked over that person's shoulder and you said, do this, do that, do this. And then it's like them doing it manually, and Amazon doesn't know that you just walked them through all those steps. And then from there, you're able to get them to click through on that keyword. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't need to repeat the keywords multiple times throughout listing. That is very true. And that was just Karen Faxton. I just did an interview with her, and she verified that. She's a copywriter and a listing optimizer. So she definitely verified that. She said you only need that keyword in there one time. And if you're doing it any more than that, you're wasting precious space, especially in the back end of where you can put your search terms. So for example, if you're selling a garlic press, you can go garlic press, and then you can go stainless steel, then you can do black handle, then you can do industrial, all of these additional words. But as long as as long as garlic press was in there once, every other word will connect to that, or vice versa. So it just basically randomizes all of those different keywords, so you don't have to have them strung together in the correct order. So I hope that makes sense. So all right, guys, that's going to pretty much wrap it up. The podcast episode, awesome. Tons of info. Yes, it was. Thank you very much. I agree, because I listened to it again myself afterwards, and I'll tell you what, it's chock full of information. Any of you that are new to the podcast, you can head over to theamazingseller.com blog, and you can see all of the past ones there. And Karen's was actually really, really recent, so you can find that right on the front page. You'll find that episode, chock full of information. She was awesome. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, feel better. I know. I'm going to try to take some, not much medicine. I usually just try to drink a lot of water and try to get a good night's sleep. So that's what I try to do. Tomorrow I'm supposed to get ready to plan for some more podcast episodes. I'm also working on some Amazon stuff too tomorrow, trying to get some stuff figured out for my next product. So yeah, hearts have been awesome, guys. You guys are it, man. You guys are the ones. I just did that. I'm like from the 80s. You guys, are any of you guys from the 80s? Say yes or no if you guys are from the 80s. When heavy metal was in. Say yes or no. I'm just curious. Am I just the only old guy? Yes, yes, yes. Thumbs up. It's funny. I felt like I was at like, I don't know, Aerosmith concert or something. Born in 75. I was 72, so yeah. Dave. Yeah, hair bands rule. Believe it or not, guys, I'll have to post this. I literally had hair. I had hair down to there. Yeah, earlier, I literally had long hair. I was in a band, the whole thing. Maybe I'll have to bring out the guitar one night. I still have it, electric. I got a half stack amp over here, Fender. Definitely an 80s guy. Disco rocks. Hey, that's 70s. Come on. macho man, right? All right, guys, that was 90s, baby. Yeah, that's right. I graduated in 90. That's me. Strat, yeah, okay. Hair down to my shoulder blades. Yep, okay, definitely. It's funny how when I started this podcast, I'm like, I just want to be able to attract people that I would definitely be like, kind of like we had a lot in common and stuff. I can see that already, just from the Periscope. So really does work. 89 grad. Okay, cool. Yeah. Awesome. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and end the Periscope, but I'll definitely be doing more of these, and I'm just going to try to keep on these, get the podcast going this week. We've got a lot of good episodes already lined up. Tomorrow's episode is going to be really good. Just to kind of give you a heads up, I interviewed Rick Mulready from he's actually got a Facebook ads course that he'll be releasing soon, but he's really, really smart guy. I listened to The Art of Paid Traffic. He has a podcast, so I interviewed him about a week ago, and it's going to air tomorrow. I'm really excited for you guys to hear it. It's awesome. He gives us some really good tips and advice for using Facebook to basically not just promote our products, but actually build an email list from Facebook, and kind of just some really, really cool stuff. So you're going to want to check that out. So, all right, guys. We'll see you later. For all you 80s guys, wasn't he just on Ryan? Let me, same guy, homemade. Yeah. Homemade apple cider vinegar and honey syrup, huh? Oh, man, I don't know about that. I don't know. Maybe we'll give it a try. I'll see. The throat's, it's okay, but just feeling it up in here. But yeah, all right, guys. We'll see you next time. All right, maybe tomorrow we'll do another one of these. Go watch Fear the Walking Dead. Starts tonight.